Economics first lesson, production. Production is the process of changing the raw materials into finished product. For example, cotton is a raw material. With the help of cotton, we produce pillows, beds and cushions etc. That is finished products. Production in economics refer to the creation of those goods and services which have exchange value. It means the creation of utility. Look at this picture. Fruit is given as an input. After production, it becomes as a juice. That is output. This process is called production. There are three types of utility. Form utility. If the physical form of a commodity is changed, its utility may increase. Place utility. If a commodity is transported from one place to another place, its utility may increase. Time utility. If the commodity is stored for future usage, its utility may increase. First one, form utility. If the physical form of commodity is changed, its utility may increase. This is called form utility. Place utility. If a commodity is transported from one place to another place, we transport one commodity into one place to another place, that utility may increase. This is called place utility. We store the commodity for its future usage, that is called time utility. Now we are going to see the examples. See the first picture. A tailor converts a cloth into garment, that is called form utility. Next one, place utility. Transportation of coal from mine to industry. We transport a coal from mine to industry, that is called place utility. Next one, time utility. Goods are sold in plenty and supply where they needed. We store goods for our future purpose, that is only called time utility. There are three types of production: primary production, secondary production and tertiary production. First one, primary production. The another name of primary production is agriculture sector. Primary production is carried out by extractive industries like agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining and oil extraction. In this production, we use agriculture products as a raw material. Okay. Raw material is nothing but basic material. For primary production, we use agricultural product as a raw material. Using agricultural product, we produced final outputs, final production, that is called primary production. Second one, secondary production. What is the another name of secondary production? Industrial sector. This includes production in manufacturing industry, turning out semi-finished and finished goods from raw materials and intermediate goods. In this production, all raw materials and semi-finished products are converted into final output, that means final production. They are generally described as manufacturing and construction industries such as manufacture of cars, furnishing, clothing and chemicals, as also engineering and building. So what are the examples for secondary production? Car industry and many industries, clothing, chemical industry, engineering and building industries are the great examples for the secondary production. Tertiary production. The another name of tertiary production is service sector. Industries in the tertiary sector produce all those services. So all services joined together and called tertiary production. Example, banking, insurance, transport and communication, education and defense. Factors of production. Where there is a production, a process of transformation takes place. If the production is happened, a process of transformation takes place. Inputs are converted into an output. So, I already told no, what is production? We convert inputs as a output. This is called production. Human activity can be broken down into two components, production and consumption. Factors of production. There are two types of factors of production, primary factors and derived factors. See this picture, types of factors of production: land, labor, capital and organization. Organization or entrepreneur. First we are going to see about land. Land as a factor of production refers to all those natural resources or gifts of nature which are provided free to man. So, land is a free gift of nature. The primary resources are involved in production. All primary resources are involved in this production. Characteristics of land. Land is a free gift of nature. Land is fixed in supply. The total quantity of land does not undergo any change. It is limited. Boys, there is no change in quantity of land because it is limited. Land is imperishable. All man-made things are perishable, but land is imperishable. Imperishable is nothing but everlasting. Land is a primary factor of production. Primary means major factor of production. We may make all buildings with the help of land only. Land is immovable. Land can't move one place to another place. Land has some original indestructible powers. A man cannot destroy. Its fertility may be varied, but it cannot be destroyed. Land's fertility may be varied, but human beings can't destroy the land completely. Land differs in fertility. Place to place, land's fertility must differ. Next, we are going to see about labor. Labor. Labor is the human input into the production process. So, what is the input here? Human being. Okay. So, what is the output? Final production is the output. Alfred Marshall defines labor as the use of body or mind partly or wholly. Human being uses their mind partly, that means partially, halfly or wholly. Wholly means fully, with a view to secure an income apart from the pleasure derived from the work. Characteristics of labor. Labor is more perishable than other factors. Labor is an active factor of production. Labor is an active factor of production. We can move from one place to another. Labor is not homogeneous. Skill vary from person to person. Homogeneous means same. If skills are same, no. All human beings have separate skills. So, these skills vary from person to person. Labor cannot be separated from the laborer. Labor is mobile. We can move from one place to another place. Individual labor has only limited bargaining power. Individual labor means separate labor has only limited bargaining power. Bargaining power means asking powers. Next, we are going to see about division of labor. The concept division of labor was introduced by Adam Smith. Who introduced this division of labor? Adam Smith. According to the talents of laborers, they are divided and they will be given their talents related works. So, according to the labor's talents, they are divided firstly. Okay. After that, they will be given their talent related works, their talent basis works. This is called division of labor. Look at this picture. See this example. A tailor stitches a shirt in full. Yes or no? A tailor stitches one shirt fully. In the case of garments exporters, cutting of cloth, stitching of hands, body, collars, holes for buttons, stitching for buttons, etc. are done independently by different workers. But in garments, in this textile industry, these process, cutting of cloth, stitching of hands, body, collars, holes for buttons, are done by individual labors, independent labors, different workers. Therefore, they are combining the parts into the whole shirt. After then only we will get the full shirt, that means whole shirt. Merits and demerits of labor. Merits. It improves efficiency of labor. Yes or no? It improves the talents of the labor. Demerits. Repetition of the same work makes boring. Yes or no? They are doing the same work regularly, that means daily. So, repetition of the same work makes boring. Merits. Time and materials are put to the best and most efficient use. They use time and materials to the best and efficient. But demerit. Reduce the growth of handicrafts. But many handicrafts industries are declined, that means reduced. Next one, capital. Capital is the man-made physical goods used to produce other goods and services. In the ordinary language, capital means money. Boys, in this place, capital is not place capital. Okay. What is the capital of India? Yes, Delhi. In this place, not that meaning. In this place, capital means money. According to Marshall, capital consists of those kinds of wealth other than free gifts of nature which yield income. According to Marshall, capital means what? Kinds of wealth. Okay, according to Marshall, capital means kinds of wealth. Now we are going to see about forms of capital. First one, physical capital. Example, machinery, tools. Second one, money capital. Example, bank deposits and shares. Third one, human capital. Example, investment and education. Characteristics of capital. Capital is a passive factor of production. It is nothing but money is not active in all time. Yes or no? Yes. That is only the meaning of passive. Capital is man-made. Capital is not indispensable factor of production. Indispensable means needed. Okay. Capital has the highest mobility. Capital is protective. That means rich and fertile. Capital lasts over time. Capital continues over time. Capital involves present sacrifice. Yes, we sacrifice our present only, we can get the bright future. What is the meaning of capital has the highest mobility? We transfer capital from one place to another place. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is otherwise called as organizer. A person combines the different factors of production and used, he is called entrepreneur. So, what are the different factors? Land, labor and capital. One person used these three factors and he used the three factors, then he is called entrepreneur. He is otherwise called as organizer. Characteristics of entrepreneur. Identifying opportunities. He will identify the opportunities. Deciding the location of the production. He only decides the location of the production where he has to set their factory. He only decides their location. Making innovation. He makes many innovations. Deciding the payment. He only decides the salary. Taking risk. He have to take many risks.